Ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, first of all, forgive me for being so relaxed and laid back and lazy. I just had kind of a long day at work. I work outside and it's very sunny out, so you even have this nice little tan line going on here, but that's besides the point. This video is about GameStop and why I'm a little bit tired and fed up with them. Not the employees, don't get me wrong. Their employees can be very good people that try to help me out sometimes, but the way GameStop conducts business is what I have an issue with. The first problem I'm going to list is my account. Now, you know how you have the Power Up Rewards account that you can redeem points with? Well, I have enough points probably to get a brand new console by now, which I really don't need. I'd be happy with a couple games or and accessories or whatever. Maybe a DS, I don't know, depends on what I can afford. But I'm not going to be able to find that out because I'll tell you the story about what happened to my account. What happened was I tried to log into my account one day to see how many points I had, and by the way, before I go on, the only reason why I know I have that many points is because someone at the GameStop told me that when I was ringing out one day. But anyway, I go to log in, and it says your password is incorrect. Okay, so I send an email to reset my password, and according to GameStop, the prompts on the screen, I have reset my password correctly. So I attempt to log in, thinking everything will be fine. Good, I can print out a coupon, go get some stuff. And turns out I was wrong. It says your password is incorrect still. So I try it again a few more times, thinking I just must have screwed up somewhere. Until finally I say, okay, I know I'm not doing anything wrong. So why not just call customer support? So I call customer support. And they have found out that there is a glitch in my account where it has apparently duplicated or something of that matter. So they need 10 to 15 days to fix it. So fast forward at least 10 to 15 days later, and I try again. Same thing. Same process as before. I'm not able to access my account. So I call customer service again. I say, hey, I'd really like to be able to use my account. Can you please help me get access to it? This is getting kind of frustrating because I invest a lot of money with GameStop. I give them a lot of my money. I spend a lot of money there. I trade there all the time. But yeah. So I want what I'm entitled to by having that Power Up Rewards membership and investing so much money into GameStop. I want a little bit back. I want to be able to use my points that I've rightfully earned. But they say, yeah, the glitch is still there, even though they put a ticket in for it or whatever that means. Never got handled if they put in a ticket for it, so they have to put in another one. So 10 to 15 days later, even still, I do not have access to my account. So, yeah, like I said, I think I said anyway, sorry, long day. I have all these points that I could probably buy a console with, or and such, whatever, but I cannot use them because there is a glitch with my account. So yeah, that sucks. I asked the employees behind the counter. They said there's nothing they can do except tell me how much points I have. That doesn't help. That sucks. I mean, it's not their fault. It's store policy. I get it. But yeah, that's problem number one I have with GameStop. Problem number two is the stingy trade-in values. Again, nothing against the employees. They just have to follow, at least I have nothing against them. They just have to follow procedure. They have to, I'm assuming they have to give me whatever the computer says. You buy a $30 game, you get back jack squat. You get back $7 maybe. I mean, I try to get games pre-owned so I can return them with within the 7-day time period for store credit, and replace it with something else. But most of the time they don't really have the games I want. The games that I want pre-owned, they're mainly new, so I have to take the bargain. I have to take the risk. I have to invest, the term I've been using throughout the video, and hopefully it'll be a good one. But it turns out it's not all the time, and you lose money when it's not. I mean, you don't just lose a little bit of money, the understandable amount of money. You lose GameStop rips you a new one. It's a proverbial bitch slap in the face with GameStop, their trading values sometimes. Unless the game just came out a day or two ago, or maybe a week, maybe a month or two tops, and it's a blockbuster game, you're probably not going to get any more than $10, $20 for it. Most of you can probably get $40 for it. That's, like I said, if the game's a blockbuster hit or something like that, or if it's a brand new game, next gen game, whatever. Just something that's really valuable and still fresh and still new. I mean, sometimes they'll have good trade-in deals, but it's pretty, I don't know. Let me just put it in this kind of perspective. I was in GameStop not too long ago, and there was a guy carrying in his Wii. Not Wii U, his Wii. Now, granted, these things are outdated as hell by now, but I felt sorry for the guy when he had a look on his face of, are you fucking crazy? Pardon my language. But that's the look he had on his face when the cashier told him the amount of store credit he would get. He would get $20 for his Wii. Hell, even I had to step back and chuckle off to the side because I found that funny. I mean, just funny how pathetic of a trade-in value that was for a game console. I mean, I see other funny stuff too, like people trying to trade in original Xboxes, and but yeah, that's beside the point. I don't want to get too off topic with that. But yeah, GameStop can be a funny store. But yeah, I did feel sorry for him. I mean, you would think maybe $50 would be reasonable for a Wii, but I guess not. No, I mean you can trade in games and get more money than you can get for an old console like that. I mean, the thing wasn't banged up or anything either. It was a pretty mint condition, solid looking little Wii. But yeah, that's the let me get my lighting back. Okay, that's problem number 2 I have with GameStop. Problem number 3 is you can really get screwed over sometimes. One time I bought an Xbox 360. It was they had like the counter, and this thing was a 250 gigabyte system too. They had sorry, a little bit of a brain fart right there. They have the counter, they have the glass display behind them, and on top they have boxes of consoles, like brand new consoles that you can buy. The prices and the storage space and stuff like that. Well, I brought one of the Xbox 360s, 250 gigabyte or 320, I think it was like one of the big ones. And I bought it, took it home, and was excited to play it after a long day. And I opened it up. Console was there. Check. Cords were there. Check. Okay, actually, yeah, cords were there. And one thing was missing. Probably the most important part besides the console. There was no controller with the console that I just bought. So I went down to GameStop thinking that they'd understand their mistake, or at least be able to help me out somehow. and they actually acted like it was my fault, like you're telling us we sold you an incomplete package, an incomplete console. You're wrong. I had to bitch and bitch and bitch and moan just so I can walk out of there after they called their manager and hand me the rustiest, bootlegged ass looking Xbox 360 controller they could find. I mean, a pre-owned one, wireless, but it was pre-owned. I mean, this thing looked like a dog took a shit on it, and it was wiped clean after, and you can still see traces of the shit. I mean, it just did not look like a controller that should come with a console. That's all I'm saying. Hell, the bumpers, the RB and LB, they were sticking. I mean, that's what you want to compensate with me for? Your cheap asses don't even want to give me a freaking brand new wireless controller. I mean, don't try to say it's my fault when that is the box they gave me was one right off the sales floor. It wasn't from the back. It was right off the sales floor. And I did accuse them. I said, I mean, that is something that's been sitting out there. So I mean, it very well could have been your guys' fault that there's a controller missing. Maybe you gave it to a customer or something and you forgot and you sold it to me. But yeah, I had to go in there and make a fool out of myself just so I can get a controller that barely even worked. I mean, well, yeah, it barely worked. It had like sticky buttons and stuff like that. Um, but yeah, I mean, that was a pretty embarrassing and frustrating experience, to say the least. Um, I don't. That's one of the breaking points. That was one of the breaking points with me and GameStop. They can be pretty stingy sometimes. I mean, I don't know if they did that. I doubt they did that on purpose, but I mean, at least own up to your mistake and don't make a fool out of me. So yeah, that pretty much wraps up the video. I mean, I covered about what I wanted to cover. I guess I'll try to make YouTube videos more often. I don't know, I only make a couple. And by the way, I'm happily upgraded to an Xbox One. Awesome system. And, yeah. I'll try to make more videos soon. Until next time, this is Ron Morin signing off. Have a good day, people. Goodbye, YouTube.